So we are here in Holiday, right by my dad's house. We pulled in this Save-A-Lot parking lot. The guy came out, the property manager, and asked us how long we'd be there. We said we were moving in this RV park behind here, that we'd be gone by like tomorrow morning. He said that's no problem. And then I see the lights pull up, headlights. I open up the window. I see this guy is A-1 towing. He backs straight up and hooks right up to the van. Doesn't stop and talk to us. No one has told us to leave this parking lot. There are no signs anywhere that says we can't be here. The guy, the property man, regardless of signs, the property manager actually talked to us today and said it was no problem. So signs aren't really, that's not important. His tag number is BJ44AI in Florida tags. So we have permission from the property manager to be here until morning, as of right now. Unless that permission has been revoked, then the property manager would tell us this permission has been revoked. But as of right now, we have permission from the property manager to be where we're at. He pulls in, he hooks up to Michelle's van. So she has to be at the market tomorrow, the marketplace in Tarpon Springs, where she's set up. This van, he just pulls in and hooks up. No notice. This is like something you'd see out of one of them like reality TV shows where they do towing. There's been no reason to hook up to this van. Now, if he'd like to tell me why he's hooking up the van, but he starts to say it's not theft and he could just take the van off. There's been no asset forfeiture, no laws violated, no judge's ruling, and he's just jerking things off out of this parking lot after the property manager said it's no problem to be here till morning. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Go get Kyle real quick. So this phone may die. I've got the body cam going and uploading, to the server right now. And my father's on his way from his house to figure out what's going on. But this is absolutely absurd. The guy says his name's John with A-1 Recovery. I called A-1 Recovery today and I sent an email last night because they pulled up to Home Depot while Kyle was there. And I was at my dad's house, and they said that he had to be gone within 15 minutes or he's being towed. I went in and talked to Manager Ricky at Home Depot. Manager Ricky said he had no desire to tow us. They don't do that at all. Kyle, is this the same truck you saw?
Yeah.
This is a truck? This is it? Can you stand in front of the camera? I'm going to get your statement. So this is Kyle Cronin right here. This Kyle was in Home Depot's lot, right?
Yeah.
And this truck pulls up out of nowhere at Home Depot's lot, also in Holiday, and told Kyle that he had 15 minutes to get the truck out of there or it'd be towed. So we get the call at my father's house, and we hurry up back on scooters while it was raining that evening to get the truck out of the parking lot. And so hold on one second.
Dispatch wants us to stay separated from him.
Okay, so this guy dispatch on 911 wants to stay separate, but I was trying to make sure he doesn't pull off with your van out of nowhere.
Oh, and he's just trying to make sure some truck drivers.
I'm not trying to. I'm not like. And I'm narrating on Facebook Live.
And he is also Facebook Live.
So this truck just tries to take up. Oh, US DOT number 242-0553. So while we're trying to move back here in this RV park back here, it's called Holiday Travel Park, and we were working things out with them to get the RV in there, and then the van goes to the marketplace at Tarpon Springs, which has already been leased, that space there. This guy pops up out of nowhere at Home Depot, tells Kyle that the night before last night we moved, that was last night. Was it last night? Not night before last. I think it was last night.
Kyle?
When Kyle had a problem with Home Depot. It was last night? 2 nights ago. Then last night we were at Winn-Dixie, where one of the places my dad regularly shops.
Right across the street.
Right across the street from the RV park. We pulled out of the Home Depot and pulled over there because of this guy here.
And we're right next to it.
Now we're right next to it at the Save-A-Lot's parking lot, and he pulls up out of nowhere and wants to tow the van. But he's now, mind you, he just pulls up and puts this thing on the van like without any there's no reason to do that. Like real quick too, like he's a recovery agent and like trying to repossess something. That's why he's doing it. He's all up against the tire. He's on these. You see where he's at?
Yeah.
He's not really on the van real well. But he's hooked in. That's what he's trying to do. And I don't. I mean,
It's like one of those reality TV shows.
Yeah, but reality TV shows are set up. They're not. That's not legal. They can't do that.
Yeah.
This guy's lost his fucking mind. He thinks he's on a TV show. He's about to get a TV show.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, A-1 Recovery. They have 5 locations apparently up and down Pinellas County and Pasco County. Yeah, this is absurd. There was nothing authorized here. The property owner, property manager. He said I know the owner, and the owner could be a butthead, but the manager said as long as you're gone by tomorrow, and I said that was no problem. And she's supposed to put the van into that we had to be there 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
To paint up the shop at the Tarpon Springs Marketplace. We would be putting the RV over here at Holiday Travel Plaza. We just got here on Easter.
Yeah.
So, we're getting all the logistics taken care of. We get the commercial place. We were moving from one parking lot to another, making sure nobody offends anybody, talking to the managers, talking to the property managers, making sure we're not offending anybody. But this guy shows up out of nowhere. And I think he's a douchebag. So his douchebaggery, look at his face. It's written on his
It
face.
says don't interact with him.
I'm narrating, but I'm not interacting with this guy. Absolutely not. That is intolerable. So let me get other people here. Oh, he's turning his lights on. He's blinding the camera. Yeah, he's a natural douchebag. He does it right in front of my son. So this guy's acting like this. His idea is to pull up and jerk away his mom's van and our equipment and everything.
He want us to see his face.
And he's just wants us to be behind his tinted window. His name's John. He doesn't want nobody to see his face though, because his gig is to pull out of nowhere in the parking lots and try to take people's possessions with no warrant, no judge's order, and like he says, it's legal. I can't see how a property manager can tell you.
And he's not telling us.
The property manager can always give you permission to stay overnight.
Yes.
It's not up to him.
No.
So he doesn't trump the property manager. That's never going to be a case. This is crazy, man. I've never seen nothing like it. Out of Port Richey, one of the poorest areas, worst places to live in Florida. Here comes the police running code. They're running code here. Hold that 1 second. Let me make sure you see if I get another camera out here. Let me get another camera.
More cameras.
I don't know. He just came up out of nowhere. We talked to the property manager here. He came up, talked to Kyle. Kyle, come here, will you?
This is my grandpa.
No, don't put it on camera. He might not want to be on camera. This guy is the one. So remember I told you that I talked to the manager at Home Depot and manager Ricky, who said he never called the tow truck company. He told me the tow truck company he called when I was at your house. Apparently this is the guy. He said the same truck. Guy's name's John. It's A-1 Recovery. I talked to manager Ricky. He said I never called him. We wouldn't have you towed from our parking lot. This time he just pulls right in here, backs up, and hooks right up the van. No forewarning, no nothing. And then
called the police.
We called the sheriffs. The sheriffs are on their way. Because we talked to the manager. The manager says no problem till the morning. So if there's a problem, then we would just move. If the manager said, I don't want you on the property, we would leave the property. But then he pulls up out of nowhere and hooks right up the van and obviously isn't dropping the van and pulling off. That's obviously not his intention. His intention is to try to steal our van and all of our equipment. That's what he wants to do. And he has no reason to. There's nothing legal or ethical about this.
We got it on camera.
Yeah, we got it on camera. I don't know how much battery power is left on the phone, but there's definitely about
11.
11%? Mm-hmm. The 11% won't make it through the police call, so I need another camera during that. But yeah, this is This camera's not gonna hold a charge. There's the sheriff's right there. So we have the sheriff's pulling up right now. Yeah, this is he hasn't dropped it to leave. I mean, he apparently doesn't want to. I don't know what his intentions are. No, sir, we call the sheriffs. We'll talk to the sheriff, sir. We call the sheriffs. We'll talk to the sheriffs. We're the complainant here. We are the complainant here. Well, yeah, we're the complainants here. He's just walking up to try to talk first. If you, yes, absolutely. I'm just, you're Ivy, right? Let's start on a good path here. Like, well, he's trying to take control of the situation. He's wrong here. So we talked. We're moving down here. My dad lives here. He's been here for a long time. Yeah, long time. So we were finding a place to live. She got a place in Marketplace in Tarpon Springs for her jewelry booth. Dropped the kiosk there. The van tows her kiosk. Van goes at 8 o'clock in the morning to the jewelry booth, which she's paying lease for. We were looking for a place to have an RV park. We found Holiday Park right here. They were closed. They said, come back in the morning, we can fill out paperwork and move in there. Okay, so we talked to the manager, come over here. He said, I saw y'all Winn-Dixie last night. I was like, yeah, we were trying to find a place. We saw Winn-Dixie. Now we moved over here because I didn't want to disturb anybody. We're trying to make sure we don't stay in one place long enough to aggravate anybody while we're trying to find a place. And so, but this guy, Kyle, he's our apprentice. He's working on, we do jewelry. He's learning jewelry from us. He called me. I was at my dad's house, and he called me the night before last. He was like, and he says that some tow truck at Home Depot pulled in and said that if you didn't move the truck within 15 minutes, it was getting towed. Okay, I didn't believe that because I was like, that's weird. So I go to Home Depot and talk to manager Ricky. That was the manager good, nice old black man. He was a very nice guy. Okay, so Ricky said, no, I never called any tow truck company. He's like, I wouldn't have done that unless you were here for a couple of nights, causing problems or something like that. Like, I wouldn't call them. So I talk to Kyle. I'm like, well, what truck was the color truck? He said, I think it was white. And he shined a spotlight on me, so I didn't know exactly who it was. So then tonight, yeah. I'm ADHD.
We pulled over here, and it was right before dinner, and we pulled over, and the property manager came over. He was an older guy, and he said, well, how long are you going to be here? And we told him until morning, and he said, all right, that's fine, as long as you don't leave me a mess and you head out tomorrow.
You know his name?
Did you get his name?
I mean, I didn't ask because he came to us. He's just a property manager. I know he's the owner's kind of a butt. He said, but I mean, he walked from Save a Lot. I guess he was manager of Save a Lot apparently or something.
He got a really droopy face.
He said as long as we
and he had longer gray hair. Longer gray hair, if you know that guy.
Okay.
Skinnier guy. He wasn't. His stature wasn't that big and built. I mean, he had longer gray hair and it looked kind of scruffy, but nice guy. I mean, he said he's a property manager and asked us how long we'd be here. I said till the morning. And if it doesn't, I was obviously looking for permission at that point. He's there talking to us, and he said that's fine. And then this guy shows up out of nowhere. But there's no reason to believe he would tow anything or why he would tow anything. And what is he doing, Keepa? Oh, okay. So yeah, because at this point in time, if there's a property owner trying to assert their property rights and say, hey, we don't want you on property, that's one thing. That makes a lot of sense. But none of that's happened. And this guy seems to be rogue. So I called the sheriff's office the night of the Home Depot incident. I talked to the sheriff's office. They said they don't know who it was. I tried to call A-1 Recovery. Their phone went straight to a voicemail that was full. I called them, all 5 branches, they all have the same phone number, trying to figure out who was doing this. This is the guy who's doing it. So I don't know if this is retaliatory ever, because I'm an auditor is what I do. I'm a data analyst. I'm not like a police auditor. I'm a data analyst. I'm an auditor, like I have a job. So, I gotta say they don't have jobs. They have jobs too, but I'm a data analyst. I'm trying to separate myself from a different type of auditing. Okay, so the idea was, I said, well, I'll find this guy and find out why and call and report him to his boss. So I sent an email to his boss yesterday, and it said that, hello, this is not how you do recovery, unless you're doing recovery or if you're doing seizure.
Early to be.
Yeah, this is not right. He should not be acting like that.
He told me to get out of Home Depot before Home Depot even closed.
Yeah, it wasn't even closed. And so that's how I was able to come back and talk to manager Ricky. I rode a scooter in the rain because it rained a little bit the night before last. from my dad's house, which is Forest Ridge. I rode in the rain over there, and my son, because we both like hurried up and get back over, make sure that our home wasn't towed. That's where we're moving. Until we get a house here, that's where we have to live at. And this is how we make our money to pay the bills to live there. I mean, that's our metallurgy, our jewelry making equipment's in the back of the van. It goes to her marketplace that she just rented over here at the Tarpon Springs. And if somebody doesn't want us on a property, no problem, we move. But we haven't heard anything like that. We heard the opposite.
Yeah. And I think these guys are one of those that have been reported repeatedly in Ybor City several years ago. They were doing the same thing.
Oh, so
Yeah, that's not the way to do it.
It appears to be very similar to a regular scam that tow companies do.
I've seen it on like reality TV shows in Miami and
But
stuff
this
like
isn't
that.
too far.
Yeah.
Used to be on the local news.
Oh, okay.
In Ybor City, they would just tow cars, even if they weren't illegally parked.
Yeah, this is not illegally parked. It's on private property. But
Now we got consent to it.
yeah, we have consent from the property manager. Now, if there's a dispute whether that's the property manager or not, I can't confirm that. You know what I mean? If somebody says they're a property manager,
If it's not, then you should be told, no, you can't stay.
sure,
You need to move.
Sure.
If not, I'm taking your vehicle.
and out of nowhere, you know, that's not how that works.
Like a thief.
Like a thief in the night.
If you're going in there in the morning, you
Felipe, I can't type right now, but they're here, I guess, because we were parked over here. So this is a private lot. It's got a Save-A-Lot and a Napa. And while we were waiting for a spot to open up down a Holiday Park and us get in there, we moved from the Home Depot right down there to the Winn-Dixie the next night, and then over to here. I mean, we got here on Easter, and it's been Easter with my dad. And so I guess this guy, I guess he's a towing company, a local towing company, and he looks like he steals cars. That's how it's coming across to me. Like, he backed in and put it on the T-bar, crossbar, whatever they call it. And I came out and I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And it kept on moving the crossbar up to get it up in the air. And I was like, there's no reason to tow this. Why are you towing this? And he said, "Well, you want to let me explain or not?" I was like, "There's nothing to explain. You can't tow a vehicle without reason." And I just called the sheriffs immediately, grabbed the body cam. Well, as soon as the body cam was on him, he didn't talk to me no more. He went straight into his truck, rolled up the windows, and
this looks like Grand Theft Auto.
it looks like Grand Theft Auto to me. It looks like they're trying to steal her vehicle.
Trying to illegally impound it,
Right.
and then there'd be a big
But
fee.
deprivation of property is theft. The fees are irrelevant because deprivation of property is
But
theft.
if you're not allowed to stay here, you still have the option, especially since it's just overnight,
Right.
to use my driveway.
I don't. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean,
But if you block the sidewalk overnight, that's no big deal.
right.
It's late enough; people shouldn't be walking.
Right. I mean, we're not being a pain in the communities, but nobody seems to have a problem with us. That we have not had any negative discussions with anybody.
Nuisance.
No.
You were quieted down,
Yeah, we did not.
and this piece of shit just snuck up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the headlights in my window. I opened up, and why is there headlights that come into my window? And then, maybe it's reverse lights. I guess now I noticed he has, and he was like, like you seen it.
He didn't have his lights.
Yeah.
He didn't have his lights on, so they're covering the
What
dust.
does this black truck over here have to do with it?
He pulled up right beside his black truck. Let me get this black truck. I'm gonna walk over here.
Stay put away from the top.
Well, then get it. Look, I'm here. Hold this. You keep the thing on the couch. I'll be right back. So there's a black truck here that got caught. He pulled up with it.
My experience with the police, the less we look like a nomadic tribe, the better off we are. They treat upstanding citizens as they recognize them better. I have just gotten into bed.
Yeah, I was already passed out. I got woken up.
Yeah, I was laying in bed reading. That's when I saw the lights for the tow truck.
This isn't near as bad as what I changed my life to get away from, but it's kind of similar. 3 years ago, I got calls in the middle of the night, not at 10 something. This is early. I get calls at 3 o'clock in the morning. Can you get me so they don't throw me in jail?
Well, they're just trying to put my van in.
Get back on this. So I just went and got the plate of this black truck over here. I put it on the body cam. This guy pulled up and blocked me in with this guy over here. I think he might be the boss man. He's got a Army plate on the back that says BRB. I can't remember the exact plate number. No plate on the front, and go figure he's got a We the People Constitution, Bill of Rights, while he's trying to do asset forfeiture and seizures, violating the Fourth Amendment as quick as he can in covertness. This guy has the audacity to have a Constitution on his bumper.
Douchebag.
Not only douchebag, don't say that. Matter of fact, that's too close to a cuss word. I don't like it.
That sort of attitude is going to make the police, the guys in the pretty new trucks,
right,
are in the right, and the people that
right
control themselves.
Well, I mean, you can't steal people. There's so many court decisions on this. You can't do. Going back to the railroad company.
There's lots of precedents.
Yeah, this is not new.
This was a thing that was reported a few years ago when Ybor City was more of a party town in the 80s, where trucks would just drag cars off and, oh, you want to get them back? It's $50.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah. It's not legal. It's not ethical. It's not legal. There's no moral righteousness here.
Oh, this looks like birds of prey.
Yeah.
They drive around looking for opportunities.
And this is the one. Oh, I don't know if the camera, the live stream got it, but I had after the incident in the Home Depot's parking lot when they told Kyle to move the truck in 15 minutes with a tow in it, and then I left my dad's house to go over and talk to the manager of Home Depot. After that, I sent in a complaint via email yesterday on this particular guy for that event. This battery's at 5% now, so if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. Maybe Michelle can pick up with her phone. I don't know. But if they're gonna let them tow it, I don't think they would. I'd still want to get my equipment out of the back because that's where the value's at. So, all right, we got 5%. So let's see what we're doing. Oh, okay. So you guys took care of it. Thank you for. I'm glad he was honest too. I was a little worried about that. And you're Pete Keppa, right? I want to say it right.
So he said you guys got one night.
Yeah. We knew that.
So
Yeah.
That's literally tonight.
Yeah.
Already moving into
I got you. So
Yeah.
RV park right over here, but they weren't going to be able to accommodate until the morning.
I got you.
So they had to spend the
So
night.
keep in mind, right? Most parking lots, they're all private property, right? They're
Sure.
owned by
That's why
Oh,
he
100%.
forced the management to get permission beforehand.
So
Yeah. I understand what you're getting
it's
at.
kind of a
Private property
situation
rights.
for you guys,
He's
right?
being
That
rogue,
involve
man. There's
real
no
estate.
way that's the way it's done.
So typically the managers, they reach out to
Sure.
to the wrecking company.
But Home
So
Depot
he-
didn't, and this one didn't either. So he's just running around. But yeah, because they weren't offended by it. Go ahead.
It's private property.
I'm not gonna be.
As a property manager, you're not on your property every single night, every single day, right? You have a
I understand.
contract.
I own
with the
property.
towing
I get how it
company,
works.
right? So when you have a closet this big, you have a contract with the towing company. So if the towing company doesn't get the phone call from the property manager, if the vehicles are pretty much not meeting criteria, they get towed.
Is there a sign that has a contract with us? Because there has to be notice and everything.
Yeah, there is on every entrance.
Of this property right here? It's coming from the Winn-Dixie parking lot.
Every entrance.
I didn't see anything coming from the Winn-Dixie parking lot.
Check, but
Yeah.
we did get the.
But we're good because we got permission. I will talk more about his company about this. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for doing your due diligence.
This is how they said tonight.
Yeah.
But after tonight.
Sure.
He said after tonight, he's like, they're back to.
I understand.
Yeah.
And this is B Ivy, right? And you got a personnel number, FDLE number?
6797.
I'm sorry, I talked for you.
6797.
6797. And yours is?
6842.
6842. Thank you so much. God bless y'all. Y'all stay frosty out there. All right, this is situation is averted. That was very sketchy. I appreciate y'all for watching and being with me in a sketchy situation. God bless y'all. I love y'all so much. Have a grateful night. Okay, yeah, we had reservations at the Holiday Travel Park.
I'm with you. No, I'm just telling you that it's their property. They just,
They sent you here.
yeah. I'm not doing this on my own, bro.
Got it.
So just for
No, we
them,
won't stay here overnight,
They said,
yeah.
could you let them know there's not supposed to be overnight?
Sure, we had a.
No overnight
Okay.
parking.
I'll tell you what happened. So if you want to tell them, that'd be all right. Because I didn't want to disturb them anyway.
Yeah.
We went up here. My dad lives here. We've been out in Arizona.
Tarpon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Forest Ridge.
Yeah.
We've been out in Arizona building a ranch for the last 10 years.
Very cool.
My dad calls me. He said he retired. He wants to see the grandkids. He said, okay. He said, so we got back here. We had a reservation here at a Holiday Travel Park. about half.
Yeah.
But it's real close to my dad's house. Real Forest Ridge is across the street. She's set up at the Tarpon Marketplace. All that logistics was done.
Yeah.
We get there, and because we built this thing in Texas to keep the water off my wheels and stuff,
Very nice.
it was quick. It was cheap. It was like a Home Depot parking lot. We just threw it up. It didn't appeal to some of the residents at there, and I get it. I told them, like, that wasn't gonna. The truck isn't really staying with it anyway. This is just to get our house here.
Right.
So basically, we had to go. Chris, I won't give you all the names, but they didn't want to let it in. We called 50 other parks. There's always 55 plus. Antelope, and
Is it just short term?
well, this will go in storage when we buy a house.
No. You said that you tried to get this put up there.
Oh yeah, well now we got it. Now we got it, but it happened just
we had to resolve
it happened like a half an hour ago.
I'm with you, bro.
So like it's Monday, so over the weekend.
No, I was here on another call because they had a problem over here.
Okay.
They had a problem over here. They said, hey, by the way, could you just let them know?
No problem.
And I don't want them coming out and.
We'll move it over there. We can check in here now. So right now, we can check in there as of today. This just happened with Krista. I got the call, like I said, a half hour ago is when I got the phone.
Yeah.
So Matthew's expecting us to come over there.
Yeah, no problem.
Now I'm just cleaning everything
you're
up.
not getting anything from
Yeah.
me. It says
Well,
no overnight.
I
They
wanted-
said, hey, because they're busy, could you guys go out in there and ask them if they
Yeah.
can move for this? Because we can't. This is private property. We don't tow off private property.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. So Major, if you're gonna update them, let them know we'll be out of here by the night. We're
Bro, I'll
finishing it
let
up, bub.
them know.
All right, Major.
Have a good one, bro.
And I'll tell you one thing. I've been a data analyst for a number of years. I was a defense contractor with the DoD back before Obama fucked it all up for all of us. Am I allowed to say? You're
allowed to say
You're not
whatever
allowed to
you
say
want.
that.
I don't say anything politically.
Yeah. So, anyways, we audited Tarpon Springs about 3 or 4 years ago, past like flying colors. And when I say audit, it's just like this. It's reactive.
No, bro.
I'm not going to your police department, man.
Oh, I don't care.
But the guy I talked to there the last time, nice, professional, and
We tend to be that way in Tarpon, bro.
I don't see that everywhere.
Well,
So,
you see it here in Tarpon.
all right, Major, you have a good one, Thrill.
All right, brother.
Stay frosty now.
Private property.
Blake, come here.
It's private property. It's private property.
What we came? There was nothing that says towaway zone or nothing.
It is every entrance.
There's no. We just came right there, from there to there. We just came from right, dude. We just pulled right from there to there. There's no fucking towaway zone, nothing. No signs, no nothing. Call the sheriff. We'll fucking move, but you can't just steal. You gotta stop trying to steal cars. You gotta stop trying to steal cars.
Private property.
You gotta stop trying to steal vehicles.
It's private property.
That's fine. We can move.
Private property.
Look.
Private
Then we
property.
move.
Private property.
Then we move.
Private property.
There's gotta be a tollway sign. 71507. We came from right there to there.
It's over there too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
There is no
Yes,
fucking
it is.
sign there.
Yes, it is.
You got it. Blake, come here. Blake, come here.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Here.
Hold the camera.
I am. Yeah, you're not allowed to do this.
Fuck no, he's
No,
not.
you're not. You're trying to steal our stuff. Yeah, you are.
The deputy's coming out.
Yeah, you're trying to steal our stuff again.
You're good.
You're trying to steal our stuff again.
It's all right. It's okay. Tarpon PD will be out here.
Yeah, and they'll say leave.
No, we'll leave, but they gotta get you. You can't just fucking pull.
to pay a drop fee.
We ain't paying you shit, motherfucker.
No, we're not.
Okay. And then, weren't you the one that just hit my truck?
What?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean hit your truck? How'd you hit his truck?
Wait a minute. It's not destruction of private property?
It is.
What do you mean hit your truck?
I stopped.
Yeah, he was hitting my
Oh,
truck.
you did this?
No,
Yeah.
he punched it. We have
I did. No, I did not. I did this. I did this. I did this.
Leave your camera. You did what?
I did this.
Don't touch his fucking shit.
Okay. That was.
That's
Don't touch his shit.
destruction of private property.
Don't touch his shit.
Okay. I'm sorry. But I did not use a fist.
Are you? This is a 13-year-old boy. You're an asshole, and the whole country's gonna know you're an asshole, bro. Everybody's gonna know you're an asshole. I've already talked to fucking Jason Goldstein.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason Goldstein already knows what's going on.
Okay.
Hold this. Get the sheriffs out here. Hey, get the sheriffs out here right now. It's on their way. If she's not to move, she's got to move. Michelle, give me your keys.
Look, first of all, you already locked it up, and I have you on recording.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the keys.
This guy just steals vehicles. What he does. Call my dad too. Call my dad.
Private property.
Yeah, but you have to have a tollway zone sign. Where the fuck is the sign?
Well, we do. Are you blind?
There is none. Yeah,
Yes,
there's no
is.
fucking sign,
Yes,
dude.
there is.
There's no sign.
Yes, there
And
is.
there wasn't no
Prove
sign
it.
there either.
Prove
That's
it.
on YouTube
Sign
already.
Prove
That's
it.
not sign either. There's none. I can walk up there and sign,
Yeah,
but you
prove
gotta
it.
keep this.
Prove it.
Okay.
This guy has been an asshole to my 13-year-old boy.
Okay. Wait. You're talking about us with a 13-year-old boy?
Yeah, you're an asshole, dude.
Okay, hold on.
You're a fucking asshole.
Who was the parent that put their 13-year-old boy in front of a moving vehicle last week?
Do what?
Oh, that's right, that was you.
Well, you moving? What are you talking about? Moving vehicles?
Who used their 13-year-old
He's playing.
You're an asshole.
Who's using
You're an asshole. Your job is to go steal vehicles. Yeah, I will say asshole all I want.
I don't care.
Go get your phone, get camera on it from your phone too. Bring me my phone, Michelle, bring me my phone. Here, camera turned on. The cops are here. Where's my phone at? He's been trying to steal vehicles. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I got it. Yeah, I'm. Well, I mean, I'm gonna record this though. Yeah, this is my wife. Oh, I was young because I was so far away from you.
What kind of camera is that?
Body cam.
Make of it.
Cam Pro.
I haven't seen too many of them.
Cam Pro. Michelle, give me your phone so I can call my father.
So we'd be able to go in the morning.
I mean, we go tonight. If I mean, there's no tollway zone sign.
Yes, there is.
No, we just came from right there over to here. Yeah, but that's not where we came from.
So let me tell you, okay? So this part of the lot where the signs are at, it's owned up until you get to the Walmart side.
We already talked to Walmart, so
Listen to me.
yeah.
You're not on Walmart's property.
Well, then there has to be a sign that says
Can you
tollway or
listen to
something.
me?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm trying to talk to you, explain to you, sir. You keep talking over me.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to call someone, trying to listen to exactly what we're trying to tell you. What I'm trying
to
then
say
maybe
is-
you'll understand.
Dad?
Basically, the line with, I'll talk to you. because-
Dad, can you come down to the Walmart parking lot? The same A1's trying to steal her van again. There's like 3 Tarpon Springs police here right now.
It's owned by a different property manager.
No, you can't. You're asleep, weren't you?
That's their contract is to come in.
Thank you, Dad.
When they go.
Right, but
Well, look, we
it is right there with
Charlie
the
2
party
is
that
out
we're in.
with.
we are suing these guys for this because
You
don't have to.
Okay, but we also already have an issue with them.
yeah, this is illegal.
We had permission.
There is no tollway sign.
Listen,
Where
We'd be
do?
happy to move.
listen. One
Yeah, we'll be
person at a time.
okay.
We're trying to explain something.
Yeah, we'd be happy to move, but they have to tell us something.
But listen, they don't have to tell you that they're.
There's got to be a notice.
They don't. No, they don't.
This is S. Gibson.
Yes, it is.
There has to be an S. Gibson. What's your badge number, sir?
395.
395. And you are? Rabinsky. And what's your badge number?
409.
And you are Rundus?
Yep.
And your badge number is?
Man, we'll be
Hold on,
happy
hold on, okay. Yeah, we don't have any problem moving the vehicle, but there's no notice, man. Like we came from right there to here.
What notice are you talking?
715.07, the towing law demands that there be a notice.
Listen, there is on every entrance.
We
to
just
the
came from right
property.
there to here.
There is one.
Where? Show me, please.
Where did you pull in the parking lot?
Right there, right from right there to there.
Okay, go look. You'll see it in the bush.
Can you walk with me?
And there's one over there.
Can you walk with me,
There's
Rondus?
one over there. No, we deal with this all the time.
Right, but where's the notice? You're saying there's a notice? Show me,
Go
please.
look. You'll see the
If you
sign.
walk with me, please.
No, you can go walk and look at it.
There is
It's
no sign for where? Right there? I mean, I'm
When
looking
you
at.
pull into the parking lot, okay? There will be a sign. When you pull
No, hold on.
there will be a sign.
We
When you
did-
pull into the parking lot, there will be a sign.
We had permission from Walmart.
This is not Walmart's property.
Right, but we don't know. Look, so if we're moving from one property to another, there should be a sign. This is the entrance to a new property?
It's one entire plaza.
But
they can't give you property. They can't give you permission to sit over there.
Blade, you're a child. Don't do that. But you can go film them so you can hear what they're saying.
Like I said, we'd be happy to move. Like, if they just drop the bans, like, we will move. And
But we want to. Is there a supervisor on scene right now? Is there any of these people supervisors? We need a supervisor on scene, please. This is not okay. And you need to record too. We need a supervisor on scene. This is yes. It's her vehicle, not mine. Yes.
close the door.
I have an autistic child in there, please don't. I didn't never pull over that there was a sign. There was no sign. No sign whatsoever. And he's trying to steal our vehicle.
I'm running out of storage.
Go live. Go live.
I don't have internet.
Michelle, go live. Go live.
They're saying that I did a fix. I did not.
You didn't.
Huh?
You didn't.
Yes. And I was there to stop them.
If they want to trespass us, they can trespass us. I don't mind. We'll move. But they can't just come steal vehicles.
They're not stealing a vehicle.
They are stealing. That's what that is. Without 715.07 demands that there be a sign, we didn't know this was another property. Walmart gave us permission to be here.
No, you're not on Walmart's property.
You're right, but there has to be a sign going into this property.
There is.
But there's not.
I'm not going to sit here.
But there's not. There's no sign going in this property whatsoever.
Told earlier too by our major that you cannot be here.
No, hold on. Major said that we had to leave by the night. I went and talked to the manager.
It's tonight.
No, by the end of the night.
Walmart cannot give you permission to be here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, then there needs to be a sign. There needs to be a sign.
There is a sign.
There isn't though. You're just saying that.
Walk your happy butt over there and go look. There's a sign. You can read it. There's a sign right there.
Michelle, you're live.
There's a sign right there.
So it's our Ron. This is saying there's a sign where we pulled in this lot saying it's a new lot saying that and there's no parking here.
There's a sign right there.
Yes, on video.
There's a sign over there.
I must say, Michelle, Blake, you stand right here. Do not talk to these people.
So go look at the sign and then talk to me.
If there was, you wouldn't have done that. I imagine there's a supervisor on the way. Somebody call a supervisor yet? Yes. Somebody, okay. You keep that going.
Can't do this. They can't do this.
No, this is illegal. 715.07 demands that anytime there's an entrance, so if that's from one property to another property, there has to be a sign saying tow away zone, 715.07, some kind of descriptor saying what they do. Like they have lawful reason to tow here. There is no sign. So if this is not Walmart's property, like she's saying it's a whole plaza, and he's saying that there's a sign, I guess at the entrance over here, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't gone over there yet. But there's not one from where we left there and coming in here to tell us to be towed. These people, this guy needs to start telling people to leave. Something has to, he can't just steal people's property. That's not how that works.
What does red blinking mean?
It means it's losing power. You're live though, right? She's got live going. If the battery camera runs, that runs out, my phone is where? In my back pocket. I go live too.
This is not, you can't do this. This is illegal. This can't be happening.
Well, they're trying to retaliate against us for reporting them.
Yeah, they're trying to say
That's what
that
they're
we're
trying
wrong.
to retaliate. You got your supervisors here? Okay. Very good. Okay, that's very good. Thank you. And who is this? This is John, right? Joe, right? John? A-1 towing?
I don't answer questions.
Yeah, A1.
You don't answer questions?
A1
Good.
recovery.
Jason Goldstein
and
will answer questions in a deposition.
Okay.
You'll get deposed on it.
Okay.
This is US DOT 2420553. And as y'all see, they're trying to steal a van again. And I will walk. Somebody got these people all up to the camera, right?
you guys just stop lying. I don't care. You're trying to steal our stuff. I don't care. Say there's a sign, but I don't see no signs. Put the camera on now.
She was wearing a black dress. Her name is, what was her name? Adrian? Aileen?
So you know you're wrong and you won't even go. That's,
Aileen?
make my point.
I can't remember how to pronounce her name. It's Aileen.
A-Ron?
I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Aileen. You would know the Walmart manager or loss prevention more than I would. But we have permission.
Kristen?
No, it wasn't. It's Aileen. Aileen, I believe.
The manager I talked to
There's
was
the supervisor. I
named
need something to
Kristen.
drink in order to maintain, to be able to talk. Grab me the lemonade, please. This is insanity. I mean, it's definitely attempted GTA is what it is. It's attempted GTA, and that's what the state's attorney will say about it. Here's a Sarge. Thank you. I'm sorry, Sergeant. I'm just documenting.
Okay, I'm taping it too.
I know, but they'll charge me for that.
So,
Okay, Walmart doesn't own this property.
But then there's no sign at the entrance saying there's
I'm
towing
talking,
zone.
I'm talking. Then he has permission from Walmart, and he refuses to go to Walmart to talk to somebody in there because I'm calling out all in his lies.
There's no
Or
lies
something he
going
can't
on.
prove.
I was waiting
So,
for you, Sergeant. Can I talk to you for a
won't even
second?
listen to it.
Because I mean, Rondo's obviously a little upset.
I'm not upset.
Okay.
I'm just trying to tell you what the facts are.
If this is indeed not Walmart's property, I believe that.
It's not.
Okay, if it's indeed not Walmart's property, then there's the entrance from Walmart's property and onto this other property that's not Walmart would have a sign that says it's a towaway zone. Okay, so we moved from right there over to here. Can we walk together, Sergeant? So we can walk for a second? Thank you so much, Sergeant. This sergeant's actually doing due diligence. I don't know what Rondo's issue is, or if he's used to doing that. I'm not really sure. But so we just had in Holiday Travel Park. They did not want the shed on the back of the truck to be in there. So we had to talk to Krista, the manager there, and she cleared it and said we can come in the morning and move into the Holiday Park all weekend long. We got here on Easter to be with my grandfather, my father, their grandparents. And he's a longtime resident of Tarpon Springs. This is where he built his life at. When we first got there, he is right there. When we first got here, he told us to pull it in the HOA, and they called the cops. The sheriff said that it's private property; they can't tow from private property. So then here, this A-1 pulled in to the Save-A-Lot down there, where we were pulled over while I was trying to figure out where we're going to go next. And at Save-A-Lot, they said there was also nothing said.
Can you stand over there so that beeping's on my?
I
don't care if you tape me, but that's beeping.
Yeah, I agree. I'll show you what I'm saying. So when you move from there, and what I'm hearing is this is another property right here, what we're looking at. Then there would be a sign saying towaway zone somewhere. But no, from here. So this is one property, right? This is the property. Over here, you said it's Walmart property, right? And then this is another property, is what you're saying. So this is the entrance to another property, what you're telling me. So 71507 said that every entrance to any property, there has to be a sign that says it's towaway zone.
They're trying to steal our stuff again.
There should be a sign in every single one of these.
Well, I'd have to have notice.
And they're trying to say that they are legally allowed to do this.
From Aileen, I think her name's
But they're not.
She was in black dress. I think
And Rondo's here is trying to say that they're allowed to,
okay, I
but
went
they're
in,
not.
I made sure I talked to the manager, gave her our card, told her what was going on, everything was fine, said we'd be in the Holiday Travel Plaza by morning, and I had to wait for them to let us come in. And then she said no problem, and tonight we didn't want to disturb it because we were there. So and I talked to Major Thrill. Is it Drill? I'm sorry. Okay. And he said, well, can you move it tonight nicely? Can you move it? I said, no problem. I move. So I move it over to here, and I look for a sign that says, can I not be here? So when I'm driving it from here to over here, is there a sign that says I can't be there? There's no sign. Now, if there's a sign somewhere else that I can't see, that's not noticed for me. I mean, I'm not being told you can't pull into there. Now, if this guy says, hey, you can't be here, that's a trespass, right? So we'd leave because that's a trespass. If he's saying that that you need to leave, there's a trespass way. There's certain property rights. If you want to tow, according to 715.07, they would have a sign. Okay. Very good. Okay, that's very good. Thank you. And who is this? This is Joe, right? John? With A1 Towing? You don't answer questions? Good. Jason Goldstein will answer questions in a deposition. You'll get deposed on it. This is USDOT 2420553. And as y'all see, they're trying to steal a van again. I will walk. Somebody's got these people all on camera, right? All right. So this is chained up to the truck. It is chained. And if you walk from where we were parked, there are no signs saying this is towaway zone or anything like that. These guys are crazy.
Hey, you can't tell us we're crazy. I'm going to go walk. If you want to walk with me, I'll tell you.
I have First Amendment right.
Okay, yeah, but I'm going to tell you where the signs are.
I have a First Amendment right. I can say anybody's crazy. I have a First Amendment right. Who are you again? You just said Rondos, and you said I can't say someone's crazy? I absolutely can. But this is where we moved from. We moved from right here into here. Where is the sign here?
I'll show you all of them.
You're saying that this is the one property, that's another, right?
It's the entrance to the plaza.
But you're saying,
look right here.
But you're saying this is property right here, right?
I'm going to tell you.
This is a property? I didn't go that way. I didn't go that way.
Okay, where'd you come to the parking lot then?
We have permission from Walmart to be here.
You're not Walmart's property.
All right, well, you're saying so we were in Walmart's property. You're telling me I left Walmart's property.
This is not Walmart's property.
Okay, so where is the entrance? So when we drove from Walmart's property,
You tell me where you got into the parking lot at.
That's regardless. You're saying this is
not, because the sign's there.
That's Walmart's. That's Walmart's entrance.
This is.
But you're saying
it is the entrance to Tarpon.
We
Square,
had permissions.
Which is, Walmart cannot give you permission. They won't give you permission.
They did.
No, they won't.
Oh, they 100% did.
Then go show me who you talking to.
The manager named Adrian, or
Let's go in here right now.
Right now, I'll wait for the supervisor. You're already telling me violating First Amendment rights.
No, I'm not.
We moved from this parking lot.
Crazy for something you
It is crazy because 71507 says where is the fucking sign? It says it's a different property.
I'll show you where every sign.
Where is a different property? This
Are you refusing to walk with me?
From
Is
right.
that what it is?
I don't want to leave the scene.
Okay, you refuse to walk with me.
But this is where we pulled in. This is where we pulled in. I will walk when your supervisor gets here. This is where we pulled in.
But you won't even go.
You're saying.
I can show you because you know you're wrong.
No, what you're telling me from Walmart's property, saying this isn't Walmart's property. Is what you're saying?
You're not understanding what I'm telling you. The entire plaza is Tarpon Square. Every entrance has a sign. You're telling me you're moving from a row to a row.
But we had permission from Walmart.
They don't give you permission.
They did give us permission.
Okay, then let's go. You come tell me who you get
Michelle.
permission from.
Michelle. He's saying we didn't get permission from Walmart manager.
Then you guys come with me right now. We'll go to Walmart and you can tell me who you.
She was wearing a black dress. Her name is, what was her name? Adrian? Aileen?
So you know you're wrong and you won't even go.
Aileen?
Take my point.
I can't remember how to pronounce her name. It's Aileen? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Aileen. You would know that about Walmart manager or loss prevention more than I would. But we had permission.
Kristen?
No, it wasn't. It's Aileen, I believe.
The manager I talked to.
There's a supervisor. I need something to drink in order to be able to talk. Grab me the lemonade, please. This is insanity. I mean, it's definitely attempted GTA is what it is. It's attempted GTA, and that's what the state's attorney will say about it. Here's a Sarge. Thank you. I'm sorry, Sergeant. I'm just documenting.
Okay, I'm taping it too.
I know, but they'll charge me for that.
Okay, Walmart doesn't know this property.
But then there's no sign at the entrance to this tollway zone.
I'm talking. Then he has permission from Walmart, and he refuses to go to Walmart to talk to somebody in there because I'm calling out all of his lies.
There's no lies going on. I was waiting for you, Sergeant. Can I talk to you for a second? Because I mean, Rondo's obviously a little upset. Okay. If this is indeed not Walmart's property, I believe that. Okay, if it's indeed not Walmart's property, then the entrance from Walmart's property and onto this other property that's not Walmart would have a sign that says it's a tollway zone. Okay, so we move from right there over to here. Can we walk together, Sergeant? So we can walk for a second? Thank you so much, Sarge. This sergeant's actually doing his due diligence. I don't know what Rondo's issue is or if he's used to doing that. I'm not really sure. But so we just had in Holiday Travel Park, they did not want the shed on the back of the truck to be in there. So we had to talk to Krista, the manager there, and she cleared it and said we can come in the morning and move into the Holiday Park all weekend long. We got here on Easter to be with my grandfather, my father, their grandparents. And he's a longtime resident in Tarpon Springs. This is where he built his life at. When we first got there, he is right there. When we first got here, he told us to pull it in the HOA, and they called the cops. But the sheriff said that it's private property; they can't tow from private property. So then here, this A-1 pulled in to the Save-A-Lot down there, where we had pulled over while I was trying to figure out where we got to go next. And at Save-A-Lot, they said there was also nothing says towaway.
Stand over there so that beeping's on my.
Yeah, it's the beeping.
I don't care if you tape me, but that beeping.
Yeah, I agree. But I'll show you what I'm saying. What I was walking this way for. So when you move from there, and what I'm hearing is this is another property right here, where we're looking at. Then there would be a sign saying towaway zone somewhere. But no. From here, so this is one property, right? This is a property over here. You're saying it's Walmart property, right?
Right.
And then this is another property, is what you're saying. Right. So this is an entrance to another property, is what you're telling me.
Right.
So 71507 says at every entrance to any property, there has to be a sign that says it's a towaway zone.
So what you're saying is you think there should be a sign at every single one of these?
Well, I have to have notice. So what I'm saying is I had permission from Aileen. I think her name's Aileen. She was in a black dress. I think she's a manager of Walmart here. Okay, I went in, I made sure I talked to the manager, gave her our card, told her what was going on, everything was fine, said we would be in the Holiday Travel Plaza by morning, and I had to wait for them to let us come in. And then she said no problem, and tonight we didn't want to disturb them because we were over there, and I talked to Major Thrill. Is it Drill? I'm sorry. Okay. And he said, well, can you move it tonight nicely? Can you move it? I said, no problem. I move it. So I move it over to here, and I look for a sign that says, can I not be here? So when I'm driving it from here to over here, is there a sign that says I can't be there? There's no sign. Now, if there's a sign somewhere else that I can't see, that's not notice for me. I mean, I'm not being told you can't pull into there. Now, if this guy says, hey, you can't be here, that's a trespass, right? So we'd leave because that's a trespass. If he's saying that, you need to leave, there's a trespass way. I'm asserting property rights. If you want to tow, according to 715.07, they would have a sign here. Now, I'm not telling you that the law says that by any entrance to any property, there needs to, but you see, he's not trying to tell anybody else, just us. And the reason he's not wanting to tell anybody, just us, is because I reported him for the event that happened to Save a Life. And that's why I brought that up. My father was there for that as well. So I reported him for that event.
Do you think the A1 guy is
retaliatory,
stalking you?
Yes. 100%. I think he's retaliating because I reported him. I talked to Jason Goldstein, which is his attorney.
So
told him,
this is my biggest concern.
Rondo, I'm talking to your supervisor now.
But you refuse to go read the signs that are up there.
But they're not. You refuse to understand that this is one property.
If you would read that sign,
you're sending me somewhere I didn't have notice. The notice. So Walmart gave me permission, right? They can give permission to someone to be in a property, right?
I asked you, where did you get in the parking lot? You tell me that's irrelevant.
No, because I just told you from right there to right here. I came into this property. You're saying, Rondo, if you'd let me explain, I'll answer your question just fine. You're saying that this is a property that's not this property. So this property
controlled by the entire plaza.
But you're okay. I'm confused because you're telling me that this is not Walmart's property here.
No.
But this is over here. That's what you're saying.
It's not Walmart's property either.
Well, it is according to GIS maps.
If you look at the plaza is owned by the specific company.
Listen, GIS says that this is Walmart's property. So
the plaza
Walmart
is a certain company. Okay.
What company is it? Because I looked at the GIS maps. So I did, and it's Walmart Incorporated. It's Walmart. I can pull up GIS, but I'm trying to document this, and I don't want to be contentious with you. Pull it up. You got GIS?
Yeah.
Pull up this property and show who it is.
It's the same sign on every single one of them because we've dealt with it in the past, especially with the semis. So
okay.
I know they say that you cannot be in this entire plaza. I don't know word for word.
But the manager here said we could.
I told you we can go read word for word.
Right, but if this is another property, if this is not this property, because the manager apparently, this is where the discretion, the misunderstanding. No, now I was told by the manager here that I could. Okay, so the manager, you probably know the manager's name. Is it Aileen?
I don't know.
I thought Adrian or Aileen. We can, but I was not going to lose documentation of what's going on here. Because if I'm in there with you and they steal my stuff.
Everybody you know has a camera here, bro. We have cameras.
Yeah, but your cameras, if I file a public records request, your cameras are going to try to tell me it's an exorbitant fee for administrative costs to get it from redacted and all that.
It is, yeah.
Well, so it's not really public records. Now, Blade, where are you going? Where is the property line? Because that's where there had to be a sign. If there's another property here, there has to be a sign at the entrance to that property, the ingress.
All right, so here's Walmart property right
here. Okay, and it says Walmart, right? On the GIS.
Right here.
That's what I saw. Okay, that's owned by Walmart.
Do you realize that towing is a civil matter?
Well, Grand Theft Auto's not, though.
Okay.
It is. Well, it is if there's no sign. So 715.07, which is the towing regulations.
Listen, you keep saying something you think.
Rondos, how long have you been on service?
14 years.
So you're FDLE certified?
Yes.
I'm not saying it to be facetious or anything.
Okay.
Do you know?
Be FDLE certified.
Come on, bro.
Not everywhere in the States. They don't. I've talked to FDLE many times. So they don't. Not every.
So this property right here, this splits from that property, right where that cruiser is. The line is right there.
Okay,
Right.
so going into this new property is owned by a different person, right?
Yes.
Show me on GIS right here. It's one person owns.
All right.
Okay,
So,
well, listen, sir, GIS is GIS. I'm not going to argue with you on this.
all right. So here's Walmart.
That's Walmart, and it says GIS.
It is called
Walmart property. Now, show me where we're at now.
We're right here in this property.
Okay, so this is another property, Tarpon Square, HALLC. So moving from here, thank you, Rondas, for your time. So moving from here, this is owned by Walmart. This is apparently owned by another entity. The way 715 he is argumentative. The way 715.07, that's the laws on towing. That's okay. The way that's written is when you go to a new property, I need notice that there's a towaway. So from moving from this one property into a new property, there would be a notice. So if I move from that property into this property and there's no notice, it's not lawful. So if they do it as GTA and Pinellas.
If you come into any entrance and you disregard those signs.
Well, I didn't because I talked to the property manager there. He gave me permission.
Did you pass a sign when you came into this parking lot? Yes.
I have not seen it yet, so I don't know. He's saying I did. Rondo's is saying I did.
Did you come in when you pulled in today?
When I pulled in today, well,
when you got here with this caravan of vehicles, which entrance did you come in at?
That one right over there.
Okay, now I'm assuming this right here. This,
I can see the sign posted from here.
What I'm trying.
You passed a sign that's posted right there.
If we pulled us into a sign, we talked to the manager after that.
I'm not worried about the manager.
Right. So the property manager can't give someone permission?
You passed a legally posted sign by your own admittance. On tape, everybody's got a tape.
No,
you passed by a posted sign by your own.
I have. First off, I didn't pull into this parking lot today.
Okay, well, you didn't get teleported here. Whenever you came here, you by your own admittance.
No, I haven't admitted to anything. My son is saying we pulled in here. I couldn't remember.
Is your son lying?
I don't know right now. I'm trying to remember.
So you passed the sign.
I don't believe so.
Listen, your own ignorance doesn't cover the
Rondas,
law.
why are you back? We have a supervisor here. Why are you back
You
here?
have to get in those. I just don't understand.
Do you have some kind of financial investment into this company?
No,
Then why are you doing this?
No, it's making me frustrated that you can't understand.
There would be a sign that I could see notice. It's called proper notice.
Hey, let's go walk. Let's go. We'll read every sign together. We'll go to Walmart and see if we actually have permission.
So does this sign right there have to do with Walmart's permission, or Walmart's property, or this property?
What you don't get? Walmart is ran by the management company that.
But
runs
they own it.
plaza.
Walmart owns their property.
You see this red line? That's inside this
Walmart
property that we're
owns this
standing
property.
inside.
You're just
This
saying things aren't
property
true.
Right here, Bill's
Then go.
Outlet
Let's
in
go read every
Staples
sign.
area.
I'm gonna go walk down there.
I walk with you, Sergeant. I'm not gonna walk with Rondos.
I made a phone call, but no response tonight.
But if they're wanting to trespass us off the property, we'll leave the property. But they can't just go stealing people's, and they're trying to steal cars. Now, Pinellas County has a criminal suit against them for the exact same thing. I don't know.
Other people's cars. They're just going after us.
Yeah, they didn't tow anybody else. See, they're not towing any of these other cars. Nothing.
Yes, no,
they're just they're because we reported
targeting
them.
us.
We reported them. That's what they're doing. They're retaliating against us for reporting them.
So are you talking about that notice sign right there by the entrance?
Well, I don't think that notice says anything about towing over there. Okay, so this one, now this has to do with where?
So this is right here on Walmart property.
So this right here is Walmart property?
Yes.
So this is Walmart property?
Yes.
So this has nothing to do with this property at all then?
No.
Because this is Walmart property right here.
Yes. And we came
So
in.
this sign is on Walmart property?
And we came in from that entrance right over there.
Oh, now we're changing to that one.
Well,
I always said that one, not this one.
I thought you pointed at this one, Blade. I thought you pointed here. I did.
I was pointing that.
I wasn't sure which entrance we came in, so I wasn't going to testify to that because I couldn't remember.
Regardless, it's posted.
Well,
You agree it's posted.
For Walmart's property, this is Walmart's property.
The same management group controls.
Walmart owns their property.
How? We're on this property.
This is a GIS
right
survey map.
And this is we're in this property, Walmart property, right here. All right, we're in this property right here. All right, that is a total different property.
So this is a Walmart towaway sign. This is a Walmart property. It's GIS maps. I'm not making this up. This is your data. This comes from your, well, it comes from your cartographer. But what we're getting at, what they're doing is illegal. And I'll tell you why it's illegal. Because 715.07 clearly states, and can you pull that up for your own records? It clearly states there has to be a sign posted at the ingress and ingress of all ingresses. Now, if what you're saying is factual, that this is one property and this is another, because you're saying both things. You're saying it's one mall, and then you're saying it's not, that that's Walmart property. Well, the GIS says this is Walmart property and this is another property. So if there's two separate properties, then there has to be a sign at each ingress. So if we're pulling from right there, we weren't here.
You said you pulled in.
I can't remember which one it is, but regardless, this is Walmart property.
It was 100%.
I believe it was this.
Okay, you believe it was here.
I believe it was.
So you passed that.
But this is a Walmart property.
Okay.
You're saying we're not on
I
Walmart
just want to
property.
get this part straight. You are now admitting you passed.
I can't admit to it either way because I don't remember. I keep telling you that I don't remember. You're listening by a 13-year-old boy about it.
Okay, well, you just said you think we can't.
you go, okay, admission and I think are two different things. So you can't translate I think into an admission.
Let's go down here and check this one.
Okay.
That one's a different property.
But how about where we just
make sure that you passed signs.
because we did. No, listen, Sergeant, I'll show you where we passed. Come here. Because you want to walk with me the way we drove. Let's do that.
Now you know where you drove.
No, I absolutely know how we got into this parking lot right here.
Oh, I know. You said you came from over there.
Okay, so that's the entrance to this parking lot. You're saying it's the property. Okay. So we gotta go to the entrance.
I want to clarify first where you said you came into this.
Because I can't. That was yesterday.
Okay.
So
you either passed that sign or you passed the one down there.
I'm not sure. But regardless, we today had permission from the Walmart manager, who's the allocated representative.
What were you told by Major Trill? Because I'm going to call him. And
Major Trill said that he was there for another call, and he on his way out, the Walmart said, "Could we be out of there by tonight?" That was what he said. It's not midnight, so tonight is still the night. Okay, so that was what they asked. So it's still tonight, and we said, "Yeah, no, we're not, no problem." So what we did was we got everything loaded up. And we moved it over here to stage it because we were going to Holiday Plaza. We had to wait for them to accommodate us, and they wanted the shed was a problem. Well, you know, the issue I'm having is that the law is clear about notice. And notice would be given when we move from one property to another. See, if Walmart is not going to have us towed because they said we could be there, then this property you're saying is not Walmart's. That's what you and him have both said. That this is like another property.
Right, but it's this.
You're confusing me.
I'm going to look into
You're confusing me.
My understanding is it's two pieces of property, but it's run by the same management group.
That could be true too.
That have all hired A-1.
I don't think Walmart has hired somebody else to manage their property. I mean, they very rarely do that. They ever hire Bronson or Allied Universal to do their security? What are they doing?
I don't know. They're talking, but
they're yelling.
Guy in a gray shirt is new.
There's a new person.
Yes. There used to be three.
You want to walk back toward there, Sergeant, so you can be a president? The most amicable solution is them to say, "Hey, you can't be here," and us move. But they're trying to profit from stealing cars. If there's a notice property, if we drove by, because we drove from there to here. If there was notice from there to here, you're saying, you asked me if I expect them to put a sign up there? I think the law does. Not me. I believe the law expects them to put a sign there.
The thing is, if it's posted in every entrance.
That's an entrance. So you're saying this is another property.
But it's posted there. It's posted.
You're
there.
saying
it's posted in every.
This is an entrance
into this area. It's posted in.
But that's not how the law reads. You're not saying it's not posted at every entrance.
You think it should be posted there.
I just know, Rondos, I don't really want you to be part of this conversation.
I talked to Major Trill, and he was told, he was asked by Walmart that Walmart asked him to tell him there's no overnight parking,
right,
and then he needs to leave.
And he said we could not stay overnight. That was exactly what he said.
Yep.
Yes.
And here we are now, midnight.
It's not midnight.
Well, here we are now. What time is it? Midnight? Or,
10:49.
So it's not overnight. It's not midnight.
Walmart didn't want you here.
Walmart is open still. Walmart is still open.
Walmart didn't want you there.
That's not true. Well, you talked to the manager after that. But Rondos, you're aggressive in trying to.
I'm just trying to get you to
Oh, he's not.
Explain it to you.
But you just won't let me explain it to you.
Well, you just explained that you talked to Major Trill. I'm not disagreeing with what he said.
He was told to leave, and now here we are.
He told we could not stay overnight. That was what I was told. Could not stay overnight. That was the words.
Walmart asked him to tell him to leave. They didn't want to issue a trespass because they were too busy doing everything else. But I guess he's been here for 4 days.
No, we have not been here for 4 days.
It was
Now we've been here for 4 days.
Whatever it is.
Now they're saying we've been here for 4 days. We got yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
So the data is completely skewed and not correct. But we have no problem leaving these people's property. Them trying to steal. This is another property. And what you're not seeing to get, Rondos, is that the law says that if there's an entrance to a property, there has to be a sign at that entrance.
What you don't get is the management company runs this entire
Walmart.
property.
That's the GIS says Walmart owns the property. That's what the GIS says.
They run. Regardless, it's a civil matter. Like, we don't get involved.
You are if you're here.
Well, because they're trying to
They're trying to cheat. They're trying to Grand Theft Auto.
No, that's not Grand Theft Auto.
It is Grand Theft Auto.
You see, like, you just don't. So that's what I'm saying. You argue with everything we explained to you.
Well, you justify this. The 71507 states that every single entrance from one property to another must have a tow-away sign. Now going from that property, what you're saying is we would know the GIS map says it's Walmart. Into this property, you're claiming is another property. We looked up, GIS says it's another property. There are no signs moving from there into this property. That would be an entrance, right? So if I move out of that property into this property, it's an ingress, right?
There is a sign at the entrance of the plaza.
No, the entrance here. This is the entrance, isn't it?
There is
No. This is not an entrance?
No.
So this is...
The sign would be the entrance
That's
over
an
there.
access point.
But this is another property, right?
It's run by the same management company.
No, Walmart owns that property. GIS says it clearly. Walmart owns this property over here.
You're in a towaway zone. Okay,
If there's notice not provided, you're saying something that's not true.
Anybody says to you, you're arguing, okay?
I'm just telling you the law.
Explain it to you.
But okay, I can explain to you. 71507 explained it. I read it thoroughly.
We're not getting anywhere with this.
If they want us to leave, we leave. If they want us to leave, we leave.
We'll get to that.
But they don't covertly come and steal people's vehicles. That is not the professional way to do any business. Well, you would not be okay with that if it was your vehicle.
If I was towed in that area, that was...
You can't see him. There's no notice.
Then he was told by maybe Phil earlier, there's no...
No, overnight. That's what he said.
But he was told, like, he told them that Walmart did not want them anymore.
That's not what he said at all.
Okay, well,
that's not what he said at all.
So Walmart is the only thing that's open in this plaza.
I had a body cam on Major Troll. I can actually replay it. I have a video from that.
Yeah, it's charged.
Right, but I'd have to pay $20 to get that body cam. And I have mine for free. It's already here.
With us.
What they need to do is go get somebody's car who's really trying to violate the law. Let us move to our holiday park with our belongings. So because we just moved here. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Dad. I regret this. I can't lie.
Why are we here and not there then?
Because they didn't want. Dad, can you explain it? Because I'm stuttering, and Rondos doesn't listen to me very well. Dad has went in with my wife and into there, and they said what? I wasn't there.
When Michelle and I went,
yes,
they said that they had decided not to honor your reservation.
So they didn't want you there.
No, no. You're now. You see, Rondos.
You want to prove to be there.
And then I spoke with Krista, the property manager, today, because apparently the shed was a problem on the truck. And I said that's not a problem because the truck goes over my shop anyway. It doesn't stay in the holiday.
They are willing to accept the
RV, but not the
RV
right.
portion.
So we're dropping the RV off in the morning. We could have took it late at night and just set it over by holiday, but there was no sign telling us we had to do that. If there was a sign, I know you're pointing to these signs over there, but like look at this stop sign right here. Is that an entrance to a property? There's no sign there.
Oh, he's coming over here.
There's no sign anywhere. There might be one. I didn't see one up there. My son thinks we came into right here. But there is no sign. If this is another property, an entrance to a property, is what you're claiming. See, he's showing in the line right there.
No, that's not the line to this.
It's not the line to the property, no.
Where that first cruiser is the borderline for these stores for Walmart.
Right, here's the GIS mapping. And I'm not trying to be difficult. This is Walmart's property right here. It says it's owned by Walmart Stores East LP. That's the owner of the property. The property we are now is owned by Tarpon Square HALLC.
Tarpon Square runs Walmart's property too. That's what you don't understand. It is posted
They're two
on
different
every
properties.
entrance. It doesn't matter. There could be 5
Those are A1
properties
signs posted
in the same plaza.
If a property manager gives you the permission to be there, that trumps any sign.
Well, the property manager did. The property
Yeah,
manager
they did.
permission to be here?
Just not overnight. 100%.
Okay, but Walmart wanted you to leave.
Not overnight. They said we couldn't be overnight. That's all they said. And this is the saddest thing is I have an autistic daughter in here and my 13-year-old son, and this is the scene that people are making for what reasoning? The reasoning...
You put yourself in the scene.
No, I did not put myself in the
Yes, you did. You purposely put yourself here in the park.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. That's why Pinellas County has a criminal suit against them for this. So that's... If they're just doing a job...
They're a licensed tow company.
The county would not be criminally suing them if they were just doing their job.
There's no reasoning with him. He's talking to them in private, so you stay right there.
They're in public. They're in public. There's no expectation of privacy in public.
This is closed.
Do what?
Nothing is open here right now except Walmart, and they don't want you here.
We did not get.
Then we move.
Right here is the border for Walmart to Bills and everything else. He purposely did that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they don't want to be on camera.
Because they know they're doing.
They know they're dirty.
Not allowed to record me out of my permission.
No, that's public property. There's no expectation of privacy in public, sir. Now, what they're wanting is money. That's ultimately what they want. They said there's a drop fee. Yeah, they're now, but now what we could do is sue them, which is what I was intending on doing anyway. And now they don't. Now that Ron DeSantis changed the laws, an insurance company doesn't pay their lawyer fees anyway. So we can sue them now and recover from them.
You may have to do that, but these guys aren't worried about civil.
There's nothing criminal going on. The sergeant just said 15 times it's civil. So
We are out here is because I believe it's your wife on 911.
because I believe it's attempted GTA.
When we get a 911 call, we have to respond.
I believe it's attempted GTA. To me, it seems like attempted GTA to me.
What you wanna?
How long have you been on the force? How long have you been on the force?
I'm going on 10 years.
You're on 10 years?
Yes, sir.
What was your badge number again?
395.
And your FDLE number is?
I don't know my FDLE number.
FDL publishes them every year. What was your name again?
Gibson.
S. Gibson. What was the first name on the S?
S.
Your first name's S?
Yes.
Your mom named you S?
Yes. Crazy, huh?
So you would tell the judge your name is S. Gibson. That's what you would say in court when you testify.
My name is S. Gibson. My badge number is 395. I've already told you.
Have all public records request to get the actual name. And this is Insalaco? I don't want to make sure I say that right. Insalaco? Is that right? I mean, is that how you pronounce it? K. Insalaco? I am calm. I'm upset, but not at them. I'm upset at these guys, not y'all.
They're trying to do their job.
I know they are, but these guys are dirty, man. Not the cops. Y'all ain't dirty. You gotta understand. They're dirty. The fact that she won't identify is a violation of her policy, though. The policy states that she's supposed to identify herself when asked by the public. But you don't tell the judges right there. All right, Sarge.
So we have a couple options.
No, I gotta keep all. I have to document everything.
Okay. You got two options with them.
Yes.
Because they're doing a legal tow.
That's
Whether you dispute it or not, they're doing a legal tow. You got two options. To pay the $110, they'll drop it right now, and you'll be on $110. They'll drop it right now, and they're on their way. Or they take it to their lot. You got to pay. It's two.
They can't cut my lock.
Huh?
They can't cut my chain.
They can because you're illegally stopping them from doing a legal tow.
Let them cut my chain. If they legally can cut my chain, let them cut my chain.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't understand why.
Because I don't believe it's a legal tow. You're just saying it is, Sarge.
It's a legal tow. You've admitted there's signs everywhere.
No, there's no sign from where we moved into
when
here.
When you came into the parking lot, There are signs at
I came in a Walmart parking lot at public access. And, no, we were told we couldn't stay overnight. Is what they said. We couldn't stay overnight. Is what they said. That's what they said. That was the word, Sarge. It wasn't that we had to leave right then, or we would have left right then. We had to stay overnight.
So how many parking lots have you been asked to leave before you got to this one?
By who? No, none. Except for none. We've never been asked to leave any parking lot. We just left. We've never been asked to leave any parking lot. A-1 Tony has tried to steal her vehicle twice now. We reported them to the Better Business Bureau, which if you look at the BBB, they already have the history of this. We reported them to the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and we have reported them to Pinellas County or Pasco County Sheriff's Office. We talked to their lawyer, Jason Goldstein, who is in my opinion, a prick, but I'm allowed to say that because it's my opinion. Yes, so my opinion is a prick, but we're filing suit against them, and they know that, and this is a retaliatory effort. That's why you didn't go to any other vehicle in the parking lot. Came straight to us. This is a retaliatory effort. But what I'm not trying to figure out is, if you're saying that this is another property. This is the GIS map is saying that this is
on Walmart property currently.
Right now?
Yes.
We're still on Walmart property.
What I can tell you is, according to them and their agreement, everything.
Can I see the contract? I have a right to ask for it.
You can go to their office now.
No, I have a right to ask for it on spot. That's also in the law.
They don't have it.
Well, that's also in the law. They have to present it.
Say that to you. I agree with her.
If my parents want to let them do that, then I'm not going to disagree with my parents.
You can take civil action after. That's what I recommend. Let's let these guys get back to work and resolve this for the time being. You've got it documented. You can take civil action against them.
So you pay it and then they drop it and they're done. They get out of here.
Instead of them dragging it off and really charging.
Well, they can't drag it off with that lock on there, but I'm not gonna argue with you, Dad. You're my dad. That's my mom. If you guys are wanting me to be to deal with that, I wouldn't have done it. But I'm not gonna argue with my parents.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go get this handled.
I think no. Let them drop it first. I wouldn't do that, Dad.
We deal with it. Awesome. Thank you, Dad.
I wouldn't agree to that, just so y'all know. This is my dad did that for y'all.
No more interaction with each other. Let's start with an ID. Do you guys have? You need to take the chain off to drop it or no? Yeah.
No, I'm not taking the chain off until it's dropped.
Well, if they need to take it off to drop it.
I'm not taking the chain off until they drop it.
Can I get the chain off just to be on the safe side?
Yeah, but the judge's order, you can. Yeah.
We're trying to resolve this. You're being
okay. Dad, I'll step back.
Thank you.
Supervise what they're doing so they don't do any harm to you.
Let's start with an ID, sir. We'll get you out of here.
This is the
Your
one.
fee is going to be a cash payment. You have the cash on you.
I can get the cash.
Okay. You want to get the cash by what's their right now to take it?
What's the total amount?
110.
110. Yep.
You want to grab this? You say that he'll start writing everything
my
up.
ID back because I'm going to drive to get it. I don't want to drive without a license.
We're going to swing right over here. Right over here.
Can you use Chase Bank, sir?
Yeah.
Can you use Chase?
I could Bank of America, which is directly across the street.
Say there's a Chase.
Oh.
But I'd have to use the street, and I don't want to drive illegally.
Gotcha.
We appreciate you guys have enough going on without
Yes.
worrying about me going from cooperating to breaking the law.
They're all I ask is
They're dirty.
once we make payment and all that, okay? Payment's done, you have a receipt that you take the chain off the truck. The only reason being is I'm not going to be responsible. We drop that car, that chain tightens up, bends anything. I'm not going to be responsible for it. Okay?
We'll stay by. We'll stay by here
They'll
till the
be
whole
here.
thing's complete. It's on video.
Out of respect, I don't wanna-
Felipe, so my constitutional rights lawyer is all here. Felipe, should I take the chain off this truck? What do you say? This is my lawyer. I'll let him respond. I have a constitutional rights attorney on retainer.
I understand that, sir. I'm not going to argue that with you. All
Yeah.
I'm asking is once payment's made to take the chain off so we can drop the vehicle, and these guys, fine gentlemen, can go back to doing what they really need to do.
I need my ID return so I can legally go and
Give
get
him 1
the
minute.
tag.
He's gonna write up a receipt. Yeah, I'll have to take a picture so we can hand it back to you, and he can send the picture.
Terrific, thank you.
Take a picture.
Dirty.
Dirty. Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna sue them.
we are. I agree.
Yeah, we're gonna sue you. We're gonna sue you. 100% guaranteed. And the depositions will point out everything you did in Tampa. And you know you have that criminal suit over here in Pinellas County. We'll be there too. You know what that criminal suit's about too? This activity. Sometimes people think that they can violate rights and get away with it. We're here to show you can't do that. You're lucky my dad and my mom would rather be amicable than fight it, because I know you can't touch that chain. Not without a judge's order. I know that for a fact. And somebody want to wake a judge up tonight? I don't think so. I think it'd be cute to see you try to tow this thing out here with a tow chain together. This is the guy, I think his name's Joe or John, I can't remember which one. He's the one that's been trying to retaliate against us ever since we reported him on Friday.
The last time they tried to tow us, he was in the black truck.
No, he was not. He was in the white truck. The black truck, I got the tag numbers. I'll tell you who's in the black truck.
Yeah, he
It
was
was
in
this
the
guy,
white truck.
actually. Pretty sure it was this guy right here.
He doesn't look familiar.
No, he was in the one that had the We the People, but they violate Fourth Amendment rights. Yeah, I think it's this guy. But regardless, we have their names. Unfortunately, there's facial recognition today. So all I needed was their faces, and then I get their names. So then they could be on defendants in the case. You want to make it easier and give me your name?
My name's Cal.
Cal?
I'm one of the managers.
Cal what? You came of here?
Yeah, I'm one of the managers of A-1.
Of A-1. You're Cal. What's your last name, Cal?
I'm not going to give you my last name.
Okay, Cal. Jason Goldstein will give it to me in deposition. What was your name?
My name is George.
George? No, it's not.
Yeah, he's
No,
lying.
it's not. He's lying. And his name is John, I think. It might be Joe, but I think it's John.
You're lying.
He's lying. His mama didn't raise him right. Smacked him so much he ended up with Tourette's.
It's not very nice. Can we just keep it professional?
Yeah,
If you don't,
sure.
Thank you.
That First Amendment goes a long way, though. But I won't use fighting words. You're right. It's not nice. That's not nice.
Freedom of speech, but he's not saying anything rude or vulgar to you. So
This is rude, in my opinion.
yeah, they're not saying anything about.
They pushing my buttons first.
They're standing there. They're not saying anything.
Their entire job right here, what you're saying is their job is to violate the law. And Sergeant, and my dad's so much nicer than you, or than me.
What I'm saying is, we're all standing here, all we're waiting for is your dad. There's no reason for personal attacks. Would you agree? They're not personally attacking you.
It makes me feel better.
Well,
It does make me feel better, Sarge.
Bad for you. Personal attack
Well,
make you feel
this is
better.
a personal attack. What they did was a retaliatory attack. That's how I feel about
You
it.
feel like the way,
I feel like they're retaliating.
You're going to file a civil suit. That's
I'm
great.
absolutely fine civil suit,
Okay,
100%.
that's great, but I'm just saying.
And now, as DeSantis
Be-
changed everything,
be-
your insurance company
be-
don't pay for the lawyers.
Be the bigger man.
Not anymore.
Be the bigger man. Don't do personal attacks.
I don't know if they know that. DeSantis changed that whole game. And on April 1st, your insurance company don't cover your lawyer fees no more. But I got a lawyer. So, mine works pro bono. So we'll litigate for years.
That's great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. $110. We'll see what happens next. I'll be paying my $300 filing fee, e-file fee tomorrow morning. As soon as the course opens up, it'll be filed. Yes, sir. You hadn't created damages yet. That's why I hadn't filed yet. You had not created damages yet. Now you've created damages. Do what?
You don't take any advice.
I have a First Amendment right to talk. I'm not using fighting words. I'm not being disorderly.
Yeah, but dude, it's like just do
What's right is to sue the shit out of this company. That's why. Yeah. Rondos, actually, I like you. I won't even get you. I like you. You're a little aggressive, but I like you.
It's like, why can't you get it? So I'm just like,
Why don't I? Well, I'll tell you why I don't get it. I'm a constitutional rights advocate, and I study law. I've been studying law for 18 years. And what I study now, I'm not a lawyer, but I study law. And what I do know is I read thoroughly 71507. So I also sent it to my constitutional rights lawyer, who is a lawyer, who thoroughly read it. We are in agreement. So while I'm not a certified lawyer. I'm not bar certified. You're not bar certified. I do have one on retainer, and that person on retainer is bar certified. And he says what they're doing is shit and shiesty. ABC News says what they're doing is shit and shiesty. And Ybor City.
News is the news. News goes on.
They didn't show up. They didn't say they were shit and shiesty because they wanted to. It was because they're shit and shiesty. Pinellas County's got a criminal lawsuit against them.
You already told me this.
That's shit and shiesty.
Over there, every time we get away, they'll blinded by it. We try to keep the trucks nice. We build all your squad cars, so you got nice lights there. We got.
They build a squad cars.
We do build the squad cars.
Oh, there's a COI.
Yeah.
I knew there was a COI somewhere.
Sure.
I knew there was a COI somewhere.
What's so bad about that?
A COI?
What's so bad about building squad cars?
No, it explains the COI.
And what's that?
Why they're willing to break the law with you. It's called deprivation of rights under the color of law.
I'm not on rotation.
So
I'm not on rotation.
it's called. It's a federal felony.
Okay.
It's a 1983 suit. It's a federal felony. And to have the cops commit a federal felony for you, that's kind of tricky.
Were you guys taking this one? Were you primary or?
All right.
Who's primary?
Man of the hour is here.
Who is primary? That's a good question. Who's primary?
We don't know yet. Everybody assigned to the call. We don't know who's primary.
Who's primary on this?
Him.
No, who's Blake? You don't know the question. Who's primary? Who's taking this one?
I don't know.
Who's going to write their name down on this one? Yeah, she has to get a tax change because the trip over here was a long trip. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she just found it just expired.
They've received payment, so if you can pick a lock, they can drop it.
Felipe has not said I should or not.
I just want you to understand something. If you refuse to and they drop it and there's any damage, you've been notified.
Let me look at it and just see. Okay. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it if it damages your vehicle while
I am
you're moving.
okay with them dropping it just like this. I'm saying it on camera.
Okay. Drop it.
Straight down though, right? Straight down. You ain't moving it no way.
Straight down, sir.
Straight down. Get your dirty asses out of here. I'm your Huckleberry, love. I'm your Huckleberry.
All right.
Sarge. Now, who's your lieutenant?
I don't have a lieutenant. It's Major Trill. One
Major
we spoke
Trill?
to
Okay.
earlier. So what I'm going to ask you now is, you're now no longer licensed, authorized, invited to be on this property. You
Right.
understand? That is this property, the entire complex. You understand that? We have trespass authorization for Walmart and this entire complex. Do you understand?
Oh, you have a contract with them.
We have
a letter of.
authorization to trespass.
Okay.
We are now trespassing this property. Do you understand?
I don't answer questions.
What must happen next?
Okay.
They must leave
You have to leave, and you cannot come back to this property.
If he returns for
Okay.
1 year, he's subject to arrest.
1 year.
within 1 year.
Yep.
Okay, so he's.
Oh, I'm trespassed for a year?
Everyone.
Yes.
Oh, I can.
You, and then the cars, everyone's got to go.
That's authorized by who? You?
It is signed by the businesses in the complex. We have what's called a trespass authorization form. It's logged with the city. We have them for various businesses all over the city. which gives us the right to trespass on their behalf.
So the property owner, though, can then revoke that, though?
They can.
Okay.
Yes.
Property owner can revoke that.
At this moment.
At this moment.
These 3 vehicles and specific individuals?
As I'm giving you notice, after this lengthy discussion that we have, they have tow rights for this area. You now know that. There is no excuse if there was no sign on each and every egress.
Oh, I don't agree with that. But
I don't care if you agree with it, but you have notice that you cannot park any of your vehicles in this parking lot. Okay? Or Walmart, they've already asked you to leave there. So whatever discrepancy there is on the parking lots, you've been noticed on all of them. Okay? So load up your family and continue on somewhere else. Okay? Thank you, sir.
One more incidental point.
Yes, sir.
Does that count for me and my vehicle as well?
Well, you can't have your vehicle here.
I'm not a denied or anything, but I shopped at Walmart earlier today.
You're fine.
I got a receipt.
I did too.
You're fine. Just notice, same thing. No overnight parking. They patrol, like you said. I mean, whatever issues you have with them.
I'll talk to the mayor tomorrow.
That's fine. Whatever issues you have with A1.
I'll do my politicking that later. I won't do it inside the road with the cop.
That's fine. So,
FDLE will be notified though, because I believe that it's called deprivation of rights in the color of law. It's 1983. It's a federal felony. You're a sergeant. You're the supervisor. You're taking control of the situation. Sergeant D. Anderson. Can I see you understand what the D means? D stands for
D. Anderson.
So what is your FDLE number? So I can, because there's a lot of Andersons.
You want my spin number? 0182-9119.
Okay, 0182-9188.
9119. That's my spin number.
And then that will match you up.
My employee ID number is 290.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. All right, Sarge. Because there was an issue last night that you might not be aware of. Yes, can you hear me, Major Trill?
Bro.
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. I don't know where you're at, but
Oh.
it was just like
Can you hear me better now? Okay.
a little better, yeah.
I'm just trying to fix this so you can hear me better. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off mid-sentence.
You're cutting in and out, bro.
I'm cutting in and out. Let me see if I can fix that. Am I better now? Okay, it must have something to do with my my Bluetooth in my ear. So what happened is you spoke to me yesterday when we were in Walmart waiting to go into the holiday RV park as we spoke. Remember that? Okay. So after you left, I made sure to go inside Walmart and speak with the Walmart manager just to make sure that we weren't impeding on anything until that night when we got out of there. And can you still hear me now? Because my ear was sweating. I want to make sure that you
did it again.
Yeah. Can you still hear me though?
Yeah, but you're stopping mid-sentence and it goes blank and then you come back.
Oh, I think it's when I hit the speakerphone because my ear was sweating and I was hoping that you could hear me through my speakerphone, but I was afraid you couldn't. But right now you can hear me fine.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we went inside. We talked to the manager. I believe her name was Aileen. She had a black dress on, black hair. It's probably the same one you dealt with yesterday. Are you familiar?
I don't know who you talked to, no.
That's why I was describing her, and I thought maybe she was the same one you spoke with when you were on your other call. She had a black dress on, short black hair. I could point her out, but that's not. I don't think it's necessary as long as you don't. You're not disputing what I'm saying.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Right. Well, so anyways, I went back inside. I went inside to talk to the manager because I didn't want, when you came out and spoke to us, I want to make sure we weren't, impeding anything while we were getting everything ready to get into the RV park, which we got into today, by the way. Okay, so she had reiterated, said we're fine as long as we don't stay overnight, and that's what you had told me at the location. You said there's no overnight parking, and we understood that. So we moved. Once we got everything ready, we moved over to the other side of the parking lot, which we were under the understanding it was still Walmart parking lot, but apparently there's a separate property there owned by Tarpon Square LLC. We found that out a little bit later. I think you got a phone call from Rondo's that night, right?
I was at the gym. Yeah.
You were at the gym. I'm sorry for disturbing your gym. I definitely wasn't looking for that, but yeah, we got A-1 towing pulled in, and we have reported A-1 towing for malicious activity in the past. So the same guy who had I guess the word would be like a hard-on for me, you know, like he was trying to get back, retaliate against us. He said,
why did you have a problem with him?
Well, on last week when we first got to town on Easter, I staged. My dad lives in Forest Ridge, and
you told me that yesterday, and yeah.
And so, anyways, yeah, I brought it up is because we parked our truck at the Home Depot in Holiday, and the A-1 towing pulled in, and we had a security guy staying there watching our jewelry. And he told him to either move or he'd be towed within 15 minutes. So I hurried up. I got a phone call, hurried up, got back, talked to the manager at Home Depot, Manager Ricky, who said he never called any tow truck company and we were just fine. We had already pre-approved to be there. So I called and made a report to his company about malicious activity, that he's making threats to people who have permission to be on property. Then there was another event just shortly after that when we first were denied the access to a Holiday RV park, and we pulled over to Save-A-Lot to find out if there's another place to go. And we also got permission there from the property manager. The same tow truck guy pulled in there, and we called the sheriff's office, Pasco County, who came out and called the manager, found out we had permission. They dropped the van and left. Kind of aggravated that they didn't get a tow. So last night, apparently they saw an opportunity, and we were parked in what I believe to be still Walmart parking lot. Walmart was still open, and he hooked right up. So we called the Tarpon Springs Police Department. They came out, and there was this dispute on. Well, I was being told two different things. I was being told by several officers that there was two different properties, that one was Walmart and the other one was the shopping center of Tarpon Square, and then I was being told that the entire thing encompasses Tarpon Square. So I took the liberty of looking up on GIS maps.
That's not true.
Blade, what are you talking about? I'm talking to this major right now. Please don't interrupt me. You're a 13-year-old boy, and you're starting to get on my nerves with that. Stop it. I'm sorry, Major. I had to discipline my child. But I looked it up on GIS maps, and there are two separate properties. There are at least two. I know that Walmart has their property they own, and then there is a property over by Bales and Staples that is owned by Tarpon Square LLC. But what there wasn't was any notification or notice that says this is another property, or that you could get towed by moving from the Walmart property onto this other property that's no longer Walmart's. There was no any way to tell that it was another property unless you did the research on GIS mapping. So I was trying to explain that to Sergeant Anderson, that when you're talking about towing law 715.07, it clearly says that there has to be a notice every 25 feet if there's an open parking lot, if there's no curb, but there's medians there and there are curbs, so that says every 10 feet when there's curbs, and they're very specific on the laws, so that way we have notice, we know that we're not supposed to be there.
You said 1715.107, you mean 07, correct?
Yes, 715.07.
Yeah, not 107. Okay.
I don't know if I said, I'm a little ADD, so I may have said 107, but I meant 715.07.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so in there, in Section 5, subsection, I think it's A, but in Section 5, it goes under the notice. If it's not a residential structure and no one's told you to leave and asserted their property rights directly, then it goes to this notice, the signs and things like that, and then it goes into descriptions of what the signs need to look like and things like that. I was trying to tell Mr. Anderson, or Sergeant Anderson, that when we moved from the one area to the other, there was no sign that we noticed, and nor did we know we were leaving Walmart parking lot, and we had permission to be there as long as we weren't there overnight. But A-1 Towing wanted the money, so they were willing to go the distance and demand the money. And I was explaining to Sergeant Anderson that qualified immunity, if that's what we're leaning on here, would demand that you do some kind of due diligence. And if you're looking at the survey maps, they're two different properties. So there would be an ingress, and they were saying no, this all one property. And I said no, that's not true. The GIS maps are clearly showing two properties, and the 7-1 and that law clearly says there has to be notice. That's really not up for debate. It just is in legislation. There was, as you probably know, there was we did end up paying them the money to have it dropped, even because my dad was on the verge of a heart attack. And his problem was with the police. He didn't want to irritate the police in his hometown, and I don't blame him. So far, when I talked to you, it was very amicable.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. That's between you and A-1.
Right.
So they're a towing service, and you have regress against them.
Well, sure, until the police start taking color of law and telling me I have to do something is what. But that's not my complaint to you, though.
What were you told you had to do?
Sergeant Anderson made it very clear and very coercively told me I had to either pay the $110 to them, or they were going to lawfully tow it, and they could cut the chain. I attached a chain to it. I attached a chain from the van to the truck, and said, you need a judge's order to cut this chain off. You can't damage my property. And Sergeant Anderson said, no, they can cut the chain. And he very much took it on. Was very coercive. Instead, it was use the word lawful. They have a lawful right to tow it. And I said, that's not what the law.
About 1507, the same law you are. See, that's why he's not going to force you. And I'll watch the body cam footage, but
he did though.
Going off that. So our thing is, who called us? Did they call us?
My wife called you because it seemed to me to be attempted grand theft auto.
So you guys called us, and that's why we were there. We weren't taking any law enforcement action to tow anything. So it's a civil disagreement between the two of you. And according to state statute, you have regress if they
well, I mean,
whatever you believe they're violating.
I think that you should watch the video before you.
We're not going to cut the chain. We're not taking you to jail for whatever. We're not.
Well, I would tend to agree with you.
There as a third party, and I thought they called us initially, but evidently you called us, and so that's why we were there.
Right, and there's more to this story.
In the middle of something that I told you yesterday. It's private property, so if they're going to tow, that's between you and them. We're not towing off your property. And
if you watch this hour-long situation here, where Sergeant Anderson is very much being coercive and very much saying words as lawful. He said lawful tow. He was using words.
Lawful has to do with the law. That's what you're claiming, the same lawful. See, and I'm sorry. What's your first name again, bro?
It's Andrew.
Andrew. I understand your point of view, but the same. You're speaking the law, he's speaking the law back at you. I don't have to watch it, but just saying, well, this is lawful is not coercion.
Well, I mean, there's way more than just that.
If they watch the whole thing, but once again, this is a civil matter on private property between you and A-1 Towing.
And listen,
A-1 Towing is not even on our list.
Okay, let me move past that because there's more to this than that. At the end of that, Sergeant Anderson then took upon himself to say that we were trespassed from apparently Walmart's property as well as Tarpon Square, and he said they have a letter where the police department themselves can make this decision without the property owners, saying it themselves, being direct about that. We weren't on.
That is correct.
I believe that, but apparently we weren't on Walmart's property. We hadn't committed a crime. There's a dispute over whether it's a legal tow or not, and we called the police looking for a solution to this. And and what you're saying is a civil matter. It very much felt criminal to me that it was being treated as criminal. I mean, there's a lot of tax resources being done there. I felt very coerced, and once you see the video, you'll understand what I mean more. But where I was why I'm calling you was more so about this illicit trespass. The law in Florida says that if you can't be trespassed of a property you're not on. So if we're not on Walmart's property,
Wait, you said it says in the law you can't be trespassed from the property you're not on.
Well, it doesn't say. Okay, so it doesn't say those words.
On 81009 for property trespassing on property other than structured conveyance, it says by posting or verbal. It doesn't say you have to be standing on it. It says by verbal. So if I told you, like Andrew, I don't want you coming over to my house. This is my address. Do not come over to my house. And you came over to their house, even you're not there. Then you're still trespassing.
Yeah, but you're talking about private property without public access, and that's a strange comparison.
About the ownership of the property. So
right.
I'm just letting you know.
Right, but
so your issue is with the trespass.
My issue is it did first off, it did not seem that there's any reason to trespass us. I mean, I have a legitimate reason to call the police. In my eyes, it looked like grand theft auto or attempted. So, and I think whether there's a dispute whether it was or not, I think that's up for the state's attorney to decide whether it is. But regardless, no one that is authority for the property had asked us to leave, and by all regards, you both yourself and the manager said we were fine as long as we weren't overnight, and Walmart was still open. So we had, to the contrary, we were given permission to be there at that time. So the idea that we weren't allowed to be there is superfluous. But furthermore, since there are two separate properties, and we were being apparently trespassed from the Tarpon Square, maybe. I don't know what conversations Anderson may have had with the property manager of Tarpon Square. I'm not privy to that yet. I did do a public records request to get those, but we don't know what they are yet. We had never been trespassed or told to leave from Walmart, nor were we on Walmart property, nor were we doing anything illegal or immoral or anything that would warrant a trespass.
It includes loitering on the property.
Well, we had just got done shopping for the third time, so loitering means that not having a purpose. We were shopping to.
I'm just telling you that loitering. You're asking whatever I said. Loitering does encompass that. So here's what if the issue is with that. I'm more than welcome to call the property owner / property management and call Walmart and say, hey, do you want this? We can rescind it, and you can be allowed back there because you want to shop, correct?
Well, yeah, absolutely. That was the main thing. We like to shop at Walmart, and now we moved in this area, and
I can absolutely call Walmart and talk to their manager, and I'll talk to the company in charge of the LLC.
Right, it's Tarpon Square LLC.
Right.
Yeah, and that's very much appreciated. We would like to have that rescinded because we don't feel that it was warranted, and I don't think that the property owners feel it's warranted. I believe that was a. If
they don't want it, they can rescind it.
Okay, that's a good deal. Now I do wonder why. I'd like to put in a formal complaint about this situation. I believe, in my opinion, I'm
forward to that, and this conversation at this part can stop, and I'll have them forward the paperwork, and then I'll get that, and then start the investigation separate from this.
Okay. I guess I didn't catch what you just said. How did you just describe that to me?
I said we'll send you the formal complaint, so you can write out all what you're complaining about.
Okay.
I will have my administrative assistant send that to you. And then when I get it, if it's either assigned to an investigation, person that's going to investigate it, or me, then I will contact you and we'll go from there for the complaint portion.
Okay, do you want me to come down there for the formal complaint?
I can send it. I can email it to you. I can send it to you.
I can come down there and just fill it out in person, can't I?
Can you?
I mean, physically I can. I didn't. It seemed like.
Yeah. Well, how do you want to handle it? I was just going to say I'll give you the form so you can fill it out and put whatever you want in it.
Yeah. I guess email would be okay. You've got my email address from the public records request, correct?
Hold on, let me check. If you did a public records request, I'm sure my administrative assistant has it.
Yeah, I called and verified that the records request was received this morning. So I think, I can't remember. I talked to a couple people, so I'm not sure who verified it, but someone did verify that it came in and they were processing it. Now I did request the phone conversation that you'd had with Officer Rondos. Obviously, that was an official phone conversation. I want to make sure that conversation is provided within the records request as well, because we're not privy to the information.
There's no anything from that. It
I mean,
I don't know what from that, but
he made a phone call to you, right?
he called me.
Right. So during that, the communication itself is public record.
There is no communication. It's a phone call. What would you like?
The oral communication, recording the phone call.
There is no oral communication. I'm working out of the gym. I don't have oral communication with me there.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, even if you're a personal cell phone, if you're using it in the course of your duties, it'd be public record.
I'm telling you, I did not. I'm telling you, bro. There's no tape of that on my part, so I don't know what you want. And it was advised that I had a conversation with you, and they exactly what happened. What I told you. Walmart said, "Hey, could you let them know there's no overnight parking?"
Well, when Rondos came back to Sergeant Anderson, what he relayed to Sergeant Anderson was not the same thing that you just said now, and what you said.
What did he relay?
He relayed that we were trespassing. They didn't want us there.
No.
Yeah,
I'll go tape on that and listen to that and correct him if it's wrong, because what I said was exactly what I told you. That they asked me to let you know. I said this was private property, and I told you that they had requested that I advise you, please remove it. It's been there 4 days. You said it wasn't 4 days.
It wasn't.
I said they didn't want it overnight. I said this is private property. We're not towing off anything. Exactly what
Sure.
I told you.
And I believe you. I hold your integrity very much to heart. So I believe you. I think that Officer Rondos might have been a little more passionate, and the operator game sometimes changes the words. And
what I'll do is I'll listen to the body cam footage and see if he related it incorrectly.
Okay.
Because what I told you is exactly what I told them.
Okay. That's why I requested your.
We're not getting involved in civil matters. That if they're telling it, that's between them, and we are not going to take law enforcement action on the towing of a vehicle.
And that's good to know. I wish that would have been relayed last night, so my father and my mother, who was in tears, would have known that the law enforcement wasn't coercing that effort. The consensus between my father and my mother.
How? Let me ask you a question. How would they coerce it?
Well, I guess I can tell you a bullet point of how they were coercive. The videos can definitely give you a better perspective overall. The entire time I was telling Sergeant Anderson that there are no signs at the ingress telling me this is towaway zone, that they don't have a right to tow it. So I'm telling him the entire time. He keeps on saying they do have a right to tow it. They have a lawful right to tow it. I try to show him. He walked me up to, I guess, an entrance that's on Walmart's property that comes from the 19 into Walmart's property, and showed me a towaway sign there. My son was looking at the GIS data and said, this is Walmart's property here, and we have permission from Walmart to be here, so the sign would be irrelevant because we have permission from Walmart directly, and this sign is not, there's a separation of property. And I was explaining to him that the law says every 25 feet there needs to be a sign at the ingress, especially when there's a median here. It's not just open parking lot, but even if it were open parking lot, there still would have to be one every 25 feet, and if there's a curb, it's every 10 feet. And there was just all that was going in one ear and out the other. It was not just with Anderson, but I was getting extremely debated by Rondos, and then obviously and then Gibson jumped in as well. And now I've got 3 officers telling me that I'm in the wrong for my interpretation of the legislation. And then so I sent it to I have a constitutional rights lawyer because I've been auditing for a long time, and I sent it to my constitutional rights lawyer, who said, no, you're absolutely correct, this is the way the law is written, and then brought up a case in Tampa with the same company from 3 years ago where 8 on Your Side did a story on them, and then brought up the Pinellas County criminal suit that's going on the same company for the similar things as well, and basically said this company has a habit of doing these type of things. And I said, look, I had no intention of allowing them to do this. My father is being intimidated by the police officers, and
that's your intimidation. That intimidation is what do you call it? That's can be subjective, and I'll look through it. But once again, you're talking about coercion. If the officers say it's posted, they're doing it. We're not making anybody do anything.
Oh, they were operating under the color of law.
Says, and that's what I'm saying is you keep saying coercion. If you didn't, they'd tow it and you'd sue them.
Well, I mean, I absolutely intended on suing them, but we weren't even going to we weren't going to pay them. We were going to tell them you are in the wrong. It's chained up to a truck and.
You did tell them that. You were not coerced not to tell them that.
Well, we had no intention of paying them $110.
I think, let me be honest with you, Andrew. I think you're stretching the coercion part because we didn't tow it. We weren't getting involved other than saying, here's the posted. If they're towing it, they're dealing with them. It's civil.
I mean, I heard the word "it's civil" about 4 or 5 times, and then I heard, then there were multiple times that I was being told that they're going to tow it. You need to take your chain off. They were being commanded to do things that by a law enforcement officer, not by the tow truck company, by a law enforcement officer. So, well, I mean, I'm not easily coerced. So, I'm not the type of person, to lay down on my back and take it. I'm an auditor. So when you audit data, the only reason I knew the law. I mean, I have been and I know you do too. I mean, you're a major, so you know that I'm not incorrect in my interpretation of 715.07. It's very clear on where the postings need to be and how notice needs to be provided. I was very clear that this company was retaliating. I mean, I was very clear last night as well, and it wasn't the company that was intimidating. It was your officers, and I think that will be very well on display for you. If you want to see the video, my video footage is on YouTube. It's on the American.
I watched the body cam footage because it's the full footage from when they got there. So I'll watch that.
You'll download that. Awesome. When you download that, can you go ahead and send it over to me on a public records request?
If you've asked for it, that's what people have already been doing, and that would be between you and
the records department.
Silva oversees it, and then she sends it to the video clerk.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, Major, if
request goes through that.
If we can go ahead and get that trespassing, what I believe to be an unlawful trespass, taken care of, and it would be greatly appreciated. I think that we can. We're just new residents, man. This is not the good way to start a relationship off. It really isn't. But I hope
Andrew,
that yeah.
Andrew, I like you.
I like you as well.
Okay. When we talk like this, and you say, you hate for us to start out this way. Let's be honest. You want us to do our job.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
I do.
Right. And we can communicate. But there's also a thing on making an issue larger than it needs to be.
I think that's what A-1 did.
Huh?
I think that's what A-1 did. I don't think that I did. I think that
Andrew,
yeah.
I'm familiar with you, and I appreciate your passion.
Yes.
Right?
Have you seen my YouTube videos or something?
What?
Have you seen my YouTube videos over the years?
I've seen your YouTube videos. I saw you when you were here before.
Oh, you're a major. You've been there.
Causing things to draw attention.
Whoa.
There's some of that, and I'm not saying you're not allowed to do that.
Right.
But you talk about let's have a great relationship.
Yes, sir.
And relationships are two-way streets.
They are.
Are they not, Andrew?
I agree.
Okay. So I'm not going to try to push your buttons. I would hope that you don't try to push officers' buttons just to get response so you can get views or you can get whatever.
I don't think I did.
I think you're a nice guy, and I think you're passionate, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Okay,
so,
Margie.
Just like you said before, when we were talking on the in the parking lot, we passed with flying colors. You've been treated well in Tarpon.
That's true.
We expect that. We expect that. We expect that.
I do too.
All right.
I expect that. So yes, sir. I will keep a positive outlook on the future of this situation, and I apologize that it did escalate to this point. I hope that everything's amicable in the end. I thank you for your call, Major.
I'm with you. All right, let me review this and get with them about getting that stuff to you.
Okay.
They're not going to be able to email the body worn camera stuff.
I think they sent you a download link for it's called it's on a website. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's a link.
Okay, I'm not a public records request guy. That's the other major who oversees that, so I'll put that in his purview.
Okay.
Do we have your phone number? We can reach out and talk to you if my assistant needs.
I've given it to several people, but I'll make sure you have it. It's 9.
You said what about that? You said what about it?
About.
You're gonna give it to me. What did you say?
Oh, I gave it to several people to over the course of this, these conversations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure I have it so I can give it to Silva. So she's the one that kind of oversees everything and makes it happen.
Sounds good, Major. I thank you very much for your professionalism, and I look forward to having a good relationship with y'all. So, while I cannot tell y'all about the complaint because it's now under investigation by the Tarpon Springs Police Department, so it is protected under Florida statutes, and I cannot talk about that. I can, however, talk about this, which is the letter that was used to authorize D. Anderson for the trespass that he presented. Now, this letter is a letter that businesses will give the Tarpon Springs Police Department to give them the authorization to trespass someone. But notice the language here. It says, I, undersigned, hereby authorize officials of the Tarpon Springs Police Department to trespass persons found to be in violation of Florida State Statute, City of Tarpon Springs Ordinance, or loitering on or about the private property identified as. So as you see, there's 3 elements that they are bound to use for trespassing someone according to this letter of authorization. And those are a violation of state statute, city ordinance, or loitering. None of which were we accused of, none of which we were doing. Obviously, we weren't loitering. We were there with police department at the time. Our vehicle was being held hostage by A-1, so loitering obviously is not going to be the case. Violation of Florida State Statute, we were never accused of, nor did we do, or a city ordinance. The trespass that was used against us was illegal and illicit, even with this trespass letter. As I have been saying, and as I said to D. Anderson at the time. So this is more proof that these officers are acting rogue and outside the boundaries of legislation.